Hey, it's Special2582 coming back at you with another video. Yes, I have a new setup. It's been a crazy past couple weeks for me personally, and that's why you haven't really seen me make too many uploads. But long story short, I've been really busy these last couple weeks, and I just haven't had time for videos. Although I have gotten a lot of new cars, which now it's going to be hopefully a new string of videos coming out of me reviewing different diecasts and such. Depends on when they come out, just depends on how busy I am, but just to let that out of the way, I'm thankful I'll be able to start with some of the cars that I've ordered, or bought in, I should say. And these are going to be Johnny Lightning diecast, and we're going to review two because I honestly didn't feel like doing one video for each. And of course, they're both Johnny Lightning, like I said. We have a 1991 Toyota MR2 Turbo and a 1984 Nissan 300ZX, also known as the Z31 300ZX. So both of these I found at my local Target. I found the MR2 and I thought, wow, it looks amazing because I love the MR2, one of my favorite Toyotas of all time. But this one, I also like the Nissan Z, the 300Z, not the Z32, even though I do like that one. I do like the original Z31 300Z, which is like more boxy and such. But this one comes with a little extra thing, which we'll take a look at and talk about in just a minute. Here's the back of the MR2 box. Take a look at the rest of them. Of course, there's also a chase piece for each of them, I believe. And I believe it's a white Lightning, if I remember, but I could not find it. But I don't worry about it too much. Let's take a look at the rest of them. Which one should we open up? This one has something extra, so we'll leave it aside for now. And we'll open up the MR2 here. I'm not going to use my scissors because honestly, I made a bit of a rush of making the video, but I did open it very nicely. And there is the car in its packaging. I did move the camera up just a little bit, just so you can kind of see some of the new stuff I have in the background. But since it's a rubber tired model, well, it actually rolls better than most of my other rubber tire models that I've reviewed recently, like the M2, or not the M2, the Auto World diecast and such. I'm gonna give you a little zoom in on this pretty nice looking diecast. Of course, the MR2, one of my favorite Toyotas of all time, and honestly kind of an underrated Toyota in my opinion. It just looks so nice. It's like small and nimby, and rear engine. It's like it's trying to be a supercar because it has its rear engine, but and definitely made for performance and such. But honestly, I can't really recall of it being in racing too much, although I wouldn't be surprised if it also did, not the top of my head at least. But yeah, it looks just like from this angle, it actually looks very realistic. The wheels really bring this entire model together. I call it the model because it just looks so nice. Let's take a closer look at it. If I already gave you the little, I guess, turntable look. And you see it has a sparkly black finish, and the box specifically says bluish gray argentum. I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's the specific color. And it looks pretty nice, a little too sparkly, I'll be honest, but it still doesn't look terrible. We got the nice silver painted wheels with the rims and such. These are the stock rims, so that's why I really appreciate them, because it looks very cool. Got the nice paint applications for the front grille and the indicators and the reflectors and such. This, in real life, this thing actually has pop-up headlights, but unfortunately it's not replicated in the diecast, so no pop-up headlights, unfortunately. We got the little Toyota badge on the front. Got mirrors on the side. That's pretty cool. Always like that. There's not going to be any opening parts on this one. It's just, it's supposed to be a diecast. No opening parts on this. Got Toyota MR2. Got a turbo license plate. And I don't know if it's supposed to go to a specific state. Michigan, I think. Man, I'm sorry if I'm moving a lot. I think it's supposed to say Michigan. But I can't really tell. Yeah, I think so. Got MR2 on the back, the tail lights. We got the painted exhaust, which is, well, not painted, but it's part of the whole metal base since it is metal. Johnny Lightning. I've been getting more into these Johnny Lightning diecasts for some reason, as I'm feeling something. Oh, you know what? I think there is an opening feature on this. Excuse me, I didn't realize. Oh, no way. Oh, that's so cool. So we do have an opening feature, so I do redact what I just said. We got an opening, I guess, engine, the rear engine, so you can see, or the, I don't even know, but you can see the rear engine in there. Looks really cool. A lot of nice molding and actually some decent paint application on it. It opens pretty nice and it stays up, so I like that. And the tires are treaded. Makes it look very realistic. And yeah, all the licensing and such. It's metal, but it doesn't feel super heavy, although it looks, man, that just looks really awesome. Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite Toyotas of all time, the MR2, but unfortunately, for some reason, I don't have many, I guess, diecast representations of an MR2. The only one I have is like a little Hot Wheels, you know, the MR2 rally car. Yeah, that one, but it isn't even in good condition either. So thankfully, I have this one in a very nice looking condition, because like I said, the SW20 generation of the MR2 is my favorite, although all of them are pretty cool. Even the MRS, yeah. I don't think too many people like the MRS, but I do like it. Yeah, pretty happy with this one. That is the first car for today, and the second car, of course, we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the 300ZX, the Z31 300ZX, and this one comes with something extra. This car is available in this red color, or Regetta red, whatever you want to call it. There's also one in white, and I also found this one in red also, that also had like a little stripe on it. It was in the same box as the MR2, so it didn't come with the metal tin. So of course it'll be a little bit cheaper, but honestly, I did like how the box looked, and it just looks similar, so I didn't mind paying the higher price for the tin. Put the box aside. Let's get the car out of here and give it a little spin on the turntable. There we go. There's the 300ZX Z31 generation, or I guess chassis if you want to call it. It looks boxy. It looks like every other like Japanese boxy car, like the RX-7, or I guess the Savannah RX-7, and a bunch of other stuff. But like I said, you know, it's kind of strange to think this was going to be the 300ZX, and then they came out with the Z32, which is definitely more recognized and probably more popular than this one. But I do like this one personally, because it's like a blend of still kind of the old school trim and such. It's not as new and smooth as the Z32, which I still like it. Don't get me wrong, I still love that car. But you know, I do prefer this one, and I think this is one of the last, I want to say, Datsun cars, because I distinctly remember seeing one of these that had the Datsun badge on it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's take a closer look at it here. Take a look at the finer details. I've been buying a lot of Johnny Lightning stuff just recently. Like if you go back to that Chevy Monte Carlo pace car review I did, I really did love that car. Pretty nice details on it. And then now these two. So my Johnny Lightning collection is growing just slightly, because they're coming out with pretty cool looking cars, I'll be honest. This one you see the little bit of the light on the pop-ups. Yeah, this one originally had pop-up headlights. I think, is this the only generation that had pop-up headlights, if I recall, because the rest of them just look like the 240Z and the 260Z, and I believe the 280Z. And the 300Z was the pop-up headlight, and then they just kind of ditched that. So this might be the only Z that had pop-up headlights, if I recall, but I may be wrong on that, but whatever. We got a nice paint application on the front. We got a nice Z badge on the front. This one, I definitely could tell this one has an opening hood. Let's see if we're going to open it. So, does not want to open. I gotta open it off camera. Well, I guess this one really does not want to open. I've been hitting it from the chassis and such, but nothing's budging. So I think this one does have an opening hood. Yeah, and it's saying on the box, I think, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb, but whatever. Nice red color. Nice looking stock Z wheels on here. Interior painted, I guess, beige, if you want to call it that, like light yellow. The rear is the 300ZX license plate, Iowa. Yeah, look at that. It says Datsun. I knew. I knew it said Datsun somewhere. Yeah, there's a small little Datsun badge on the back. And a 300ZX on the back there. And also, I believe, Nissan. Tail lights, of course, they look similar to the S14, I believe. Or not the S14, I believe it's the 180D, the 180XX, excuse me there. Of course, metal base, treaded tires. There's the rear windshield with the nice little design. I guess I think it's supposed to heat up the windows if I remember. Nice little design there. Yeah, it just looks clean. I honestly like these. It's a bit of a change from like the tuned stuff that like Hot Wheels and a bunch of other brands are used to doing. Just seeing them stock is just beautiful because you don't really see that often. It's probably one you'd see that going around the road and you just appreciate just them keeping it as stock as it is. Now, of course, this car comes with the extra accessory, I guess, the metal tin, and it's actually metal. Everything painted very nicely. Got the Z logo on there. The name of the car, the 1984 Nissan 300ZX. This is number 3 out of this set. And it's part of I think it's the storage tin set, I guess, if you want to call it that. Got Johnny Lightning on both sides. And of course, Johnny Lightning on top. Got the same design as the front. And of course, it slides out completely. What it looks like in there. Nice Nissan logo there. So I guess if you want to display it like this with your car, that'd be cool. But I think most people are just gonna, and probably including myself, would just put it there. And yeah, so now you know which car is in there. Yeah, pretty cool. Is it worth the little price difference? I guess. If you like to collect stuff in the boxes and just like to organize stuff, I think it's a pretty neat one. But of course, I'm just gonna, maybe I'll find some place to have the box and like display the car, but I'll figure that out after. So I'll put this one and the MR2 back. Out of the two, man, it's actually kind of difficult with which car to choose because I like both. But I guess I'll say the MR2. But like I said, it's not to undermine the 300ZX because I love that car to death so much too. But I like both. Both of them look amazing. These are definitely one of the most detailed diecasts I have in my collection so far. And hopefully they come out with more. I definitely wouldn't mind picking up some more if they come out with some pretty nice cars or uncommon cars or like stuff you don't really see diecast being made. But yeah, that has been the review of the two Johnny Lightning, I guess Japanese. This is a bit Japanese card theming here with the SW20 MR2 and the Z31 300ZX. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to those 1,000 subscribers. We're like almost halfway to getting, well, not even halfway, I guess 900, close to 950, just a few, half a hundred more to actually get there, around there. So hopefully we can push through and actually get there. I don't know when, but yeah, hopefully soon. And I'll see you next time. Peace.